Welcome to another Gauging Gadgets review video. In this video, we have the Smart Wi-Fi Outdoor Dimmer from Kasa Smart. So this is a water-resistant smart plug that actually has a dimmer built into it, which can be perfect if you have maybe Edison bulbs that are able to dim. You could get them just down to the low enough light that sets the environment you're looking for. In addition to that, this does not require a hub. They have a really good app to set up the device and use it. You can schedule smart actions, all kinds of different things with this smart plug. Now in this review, we'll start out by opening the box, looking at the smart plug and checking out its quality. Then I'll show you how to set it up on your phone, and then I'll go through how it works and what I think about it. So let's go ahead and get started with the Kasa Smart Wi-Fi Outdoor Dimmer. So it comes in a nice cardboard box, and I like that because you can recycle it. Now while I'm getting this open, I just want to thank TP-Link Kasa Smart for sending me this device so I can test it. Thank you so much. All right, so it looks like on top we have some mounting hardware, just if you wanted to mount it to a wall or somewhere near an electrical plug. Additionally, in the box, you have some information about how to mount it so that it's more waterproof and water resistant. And then we have a very quick 3-step setup guide. And it really is this easy. And we have the actual smart plug here. All right, right off the bat, this wire, everything feels very high quality, very durable. We have the plug right here, and as you can see, it does have the third prong for grounding, which is very nice when you're having something outside where it might get wet. Then we have the cable here, which is probably around 7 or 8 inches and is very thick, and this seems to be very well made. You don't have to worry about this cable breaking or becoming frayed, anything like that. Looking at the actual smart plug right here, we have a button, and I've read that you can actually control the dimming with this, so I'm really interested to see how that works. But if you wanted to turn on the plug or turn it off, you can hit the button rather than using the app on your phone. On the top, we have a nice Kasa logo. And then on the back, we have some information about the device, as well as instructions for mounting it. So as you can see, they do recommend that you mount it vertically, about 2 feet off the ground. That just will help it remain functioning and not get water in it. Then looking at the front of the device right here, as you can see, you have a nice rubber seal that allows it to stay waterproof. Maybe if you unplug something, you can leave it plugged into your wall and mounted without having to worry about it. And then if we take that off, you can see the 3-prong plug that you would plug any of your devices, maybe some Edison bulbs, something like that into to control and make smart. Now I'm a big fan of Kasa devices. I've used them both for cameras, indoor smart devices, and outdoor smart plugs, and they work great. They're always built very well. The plastic here does not feel cheap or brittle. Everything is high quality, and it actually does last a long time, as long as you would follow the instructions right here. So now that we've gotten it open, let's go ahead and get it plugged in. We'll download the app on our phone, and then we'll go ahead and get it set up. All right, so per the instructions, the first thing you want to do is install the Kasa app. This is what it looks like in the iTunes App Store. Check the description. I'll have links to this as well as it in the Google Play Store, just to make that a little easier for you. So go ahead and get this installed, then open it up. Once you open it up, it'll ask you to either log in or create an account. If this is your first time, go ahead and create an account. I'm just going to log in. And then when you log in, it'll bring you to the devices section of the app. So if you have a new account, the first thing we need to do to get started is simply hit the plus symbol right here to add our device. Then we're just going to say device right here. And then in the menu that shows types of devices, we're just going to select smart plugs. In the list of smart plugs, you want to scroll down, and this is the Smart Outdoor Plug, the KP405. So select that. Once we select that, it'll give us instructions on how to set up the KP405. So the first thing we need to do is plug in the device. Plug it in right here. Once you plug it in, select Next. And then you need to check the button on the smart plug to see if it's blinking green and orange. If it is, select green and orange in the app. So now the smart plug is actually creating its own Wi-Fi network, so we need to connect to that. On an iPhone, you can do that by simply opening up the settings, then selecting Wi-Fi. It'll look for your Wi-Fi networks around you, and as you can see, what you're going to be looking for is TP-Link Smart Dimmer. Go ahead and select that. Once it's connected, go back to the Kasa Smart app and select I'm already connected at the bottom. And now we just need to tell the smart plug which Wi-Fi network we want it to connect it to. So my Wi-Fi is Yolanda, so I'm going to select that. Then enter your password and select join. And now it's just going to connect the smart plug to our Wi-Fi network. This usually takes a couple minutes. Once it's connected, go ahead and give the smart plug a name and select save. After that, you can choose the icon for this. I'm just going to do string lights. Keep in mind this could be helpful when identifying the smart device if you have a long list of devices like me. So select save. After we've set up the smart plug and we've given it a name, it wants to know the dimming range for any lights that you're going to be attaching to your smart plug. And typically you would do this with the actual light plugged into the smart plug, but I'm not going to do that right now. So as you can see, they do have some guides right here. If it's an LED, you probably want to go down to that level. I have incandescent Edison bulbs, so I'm just going to lower it all the way and I'll see if that works. Once you've done that, go ahead and select test. It'll dim the light and you can confirm if it's working or not. It'll actually put it up and down. We can do this later in the app, so don't worry if you change the light or anything like that, you'll be able to set the dimming range. And then once you're done setting up your new outdoor smart dimmer, you'll be brought back to the devices screen here, where then you'll see your light right here. Now I just have a salt lamp here, which is an incandescent bulb hooked up as an example. So if I find the outdoor dimmer in the list of devices and turn it on, you can see it dims up all the way to full brightness, which it says 100%, and then it dims down when I turn it off. I can also select into the device, and I have a couple more options. I can turn it on or off. Then at the top here, you have pre-configured dimming percentages. So if you hit this, it's 100, all the way down to 25 or 75 right here. And you can also use this little switch here to change the percentage of dim on the fly, so as much as you want to. Additionally, at the bottom here, we have several different settings. We can edit the presets that are at the top and change what they are. After presets, we have schedule. So you can schedule this light to turn on and off based on a couple different factors. So let's go through that. We'll add one by pressing the plus button. Then I can go to turn on. I can control the fade rate, which is how long it'll take for your light to either fade in or out to being on. You can have it take 60 minutes to turn on. And then as you can see down here, when it comes to setting the time, you can use just regular time, but you can also configure the device to turn on or off based on the sunrise or sunset, which is really cool if you're doing maybe Christmas lights or something like that. You can have your Christmas lights turn on maybe 15 minutes before sunset and then turn off an hour after sunset, whatever you want to do, something like that. So just as in a test, I'm going to have it fade up for 5 seconds in 1 minute just so we can see what it looks like. All right, so 2:33, and the light is dimming up at a fade rate of 5 seconds to full power, as you can see right there. So very cool there with the scheduling. You can also in the app set timers, so you can have it turn on or off in a set amount of time. Maybe you want it to turn off in an hour or turn on in 30 minutes, but that's going to be more of like a one-time thing, not an automation feature. After that, we do have a pretty cool automation feature, which is away. We can configure our away times, which is going to be when the start time and the end time for away mode. Away mode will have the light turn on and off randomly during your selected time, and then you can configure when this will repeat during the week. So this is very useful if you're away on vacation, something like that, and you want it to look like someone is home using the lights at your house. So you set the time that it will start, end, and the days, and then you press start, and it'll just do its thing and make it look like someone's home. One more thing I want to show you in here is the settings. If we just select the gear in the top right, we can change the name and the icon of the device. One thing that's important to note with this name here, that will be the name you use if you're using Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant to control your device. You also have the ability to turn off the status light that's on the device here, and then you can go through the dimming calibration in the settings if you need to do that because you've changed the bulb that is used on your dimmer. So real quick, I want to show you how the button works here on the device. If I hit it just once, it turns it on and off, but I can cycle through my preset dim levels by simply double tapping it. So it kind of dims it down, go to 50%, 75, and then back up to full. All right, so as you can see, I'm outside with my Edison lights, and I have my app right here. So if I hit the switch, they dim off, and then they dim back on. I can also go into the brightness, change the brightness down to dim it as much as I want. Pretty cool. I go very, very low, as you can see. Very responsive, and it works great. All right, so as you just saw there, that was the smart Wi-Fi outdoor dimmer from Kasa Smart, and I was using it on my outdoor Edison lights just to turn them on and off whenever I want to and use the dimming feature, which actually works very well. Now in the past, I have had some Kasa Smart outdoor switches, and I had some issues with them losing connection or even just not responding when I would hit the button in the app. But I have to say, after using this device outside for a week and having rain, I haven't had any connection issues or any responsive issues. When I hit that button in the app, the lights turn on outside and I don't have to worry about it buffering or waiting a second for it to turn on. So really impressed with this newer design and how well it connects. As you saw earlier, it's very easy to change the dim level both on the device with the button or in the app. I thought it was really cool to be able to toggle through the different dim levels with the switch here. So if you don't have your phone with you, you want to bring the lights down to set the mood, you can do that with the button. Now, when it comes to mounting this and keeping it waterproof, like I said, this has gone through a couple rainstorms since I had it outside. It hasn't had any water issues so far, and I like that they have the instructions on the back, so you'll never lose these instructions with how to mount it correctly and not have to worry about it getting affected by rainwater or anything like that. Now, the build quality is also impressive. It's very nice, sturdy feeling plastic with a nice thick cable that you don't have to worry about fraying. So overall, you get a really high quality switch that works well, does not require a hub, and is very easy to set up. So I would highly recommend it to anybody looking for an outdoor switch that does dimming. All right, so that was the Smart Wi-Fi Outdoor Dimmer from Kasa Smart. If you have any questions about this device, leave a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm going to add affiliate links below so you can find this at Amazon, Best Buy, or your favorite online retailer, so check those links down there. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel, Engaging Gadgets, for more gadget reviews and tech tutorials. Thank you so much for watching.